Best iPhone 14 features, and top 10 new tips and tricks for iOS 16. Apple iPhone 14 series will consist of 4 variants this time: the iPhone 14, the iPhone 14 Plus or iPhone 14 Max, and the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. The iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus will get a 6.1-inch and 6.7-inch display respectively, with Apple expected to end the iPhone mini lineup. The iPhone 14 series will get the 12MP ultra-wide and 12MP wide-angle camera. The old notch will also continue on the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus. The iPhone 14 Pro is here with a dynamic island notch, which will change based on the activity that you're doing or the app you might have open. For instance, when the music app is open, the notch will display a different kind of animation. The iPhone 14 Pro gets a 48MP main camera. The price for the iPhone 14 Pro starts at $999 and $1,099 for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. The sale begins September 16th. Reports indicate that there will be 2 cutouts on the iPhone 14 Pro's notch, but it will appear as one when in use. The iPhone 14 Pro series will also get the new 48MP camera and other bigger improvements to the overall camera as well. Bigger batteries are likely on the way as well, though Apple typically never talks about battery size during the presentation. The iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus are revealed now. The iPhone 14 and 14 Plus continues with the older A15 Bionic chipset, but Apple is improving the camera, adding safety features like crash detection. The iPhone 14 Pro models will feature the A16 chip, which the company says is more power efficient even when doing intensive tasks. The raw specs of the new chip are similar though. Like the A15 and the regular 14, it has a 6-core CPU, a 5-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine. Top 10 new tips and tricks for iOS 16. Apple says that iOS 16 will come to the iPhone 8 and newer. New tips and tricks for iOS 16 are redesigned lock screen. Starting with the lock screen, Apple has completely redesigned the iOS lock screen and now allows users to customize it according to their preferences. iOS 16 will also reportedly borrow the always-on display feature from Android, but it might be limited to the iPhone 14 Pro variants. The lock screen now supports widgets that are integrated with wallpapers and show information like missed calls and upcoming alerts. Also, notifications will roll up from the bottom of the screen and let users choose between stack, count, and expanded list view by pinching the lock screen. Focus mode. Introduced with iOS 15, Apple is making some changes to the focus mode. Now linked with the revamped lock screen, there are now several ways to activate focus mode, such as from the control center or by automating the process. One significant addition to focus mode is focus filters. It allows users to display only relevant content in system apps like Mail, Messages, Safari, and Calendar. Notifications and live activities. Sometimes notifications can cover up your lock screen's photo, so iOS 16 moves notifications to the bottom of your display. As you receive them, instead of being compiled into a list, they appear like a vertical carousel. This not only looks better, but should be a big help for one-handed use of your iPhone. iOS 16 also aims to solve another notification problem. Sometimes you get a bunch of notifications in a row from one app, like the score of a basketball game. A new tool for developers called Live Activities makes it easier to stay on top of things happening in real time from your lock screen, instead of getting a series of interruptions. Live Activities should make it easier to follow sporting events, workouts, or even the progress of an Uber ride. Edit and unsend messages. Embarrassing typos are a thing of the past, Apple SVP of Software Engineering Craig Federighi said as he introduced 3 of the most requested features for the Messages app. First, in iOS 16, you'll be able to edit sent messages. So if you notice a typo after a message, you'll be able to edit the message after the fact. A tiny "edited" appears in the status under the message. Next, and this might be my favorite new feature, you can immediately recall a sent message. If you accidentally sent an unfinished message, you can use the undo send tool to prevent it from being read and hopefully look less chaotic to your friends and family. Apple Map and CarPlay updates. Apple has also made significant changes to its Maps app. The updated maps now feature 3D-like visuals, multi-stop routing, and the ability to check fares for public transport. The developers have also improved CarPlay capabilities, with iOS 16 now supporting multiple screens. Users will also be able to check various parameters like remaining fuel, speed, and car temperature on the dashboard. Apple Passkeys. Using passkeys, iOS 16 users will let users log into websites without a password. All your existing passwords will be replaced by a new password that is stored on the device itself and end-to-end encrypted, and will sync across all your devices signed into iCloud. Keep in mind that using Apple Passkey will require two-factor authentication enabled. Wallet and Apple Pay Later. ID cards from more states will be available in your Wallet app, along with more security and privacy features. In iOS 16, you can also protect your identity and age. So rather than showing your exact birth date, the Wallet app will display your ID and that you're over 21. iOS 16 makes sharing keys easier with apps like Mail and Messages. When your friend receives the key, they can add it to the Wallet app on their iPhone. Apple said it's working to make sure that shared keys are an industry standard and free for others. Apple Pay will support new types of payments and adds a new feature called Apple Pay Later, a Klarna-like service that lets you split the cost of an Apple Pay purchase into 4 equal payments spread over 6 weeks with 0 interest and no fees. Upcoming payments are managed through the Wallet app, making it easy to keep track of dates and payments. But Apple Pay doesn't stop there. A new feature will also help you track Apple Pay orders and lets merchants deliver detailed receipts and tracking information. This should make it easier to stay up to date on the status of all your orders. Visual lookups, tag, and drag for photos. In iOS 15, Visual Lookup analyzes your photos and can identify objects like plants, landmarks, and pets. iOS 16 takes this to the next level. When you touch a photo subject, like the dog in the image above, you can lift it away from the background and add it to apps like Messages. Essentially, it's a tap and hold tool that removes a photo's background. Apple sometimes overuses the word magic, but this feature truly seems like it. iCloud Family Checklist. iCloud gets several new features. One of the more interesting ones is the option to quickly set up a new device for your child. When Quick Start appears, you have the option to pick a user for the new device and use all the existing parental controls you've previously selected and configured. However, this is not what many of us still want: the ability to set up separate users for the same device. There's a new family checklist with tips for updating settings for your kids as they get older, like a reminder to check location sharing settings or share your iCloud Plus subscriptions. Skip CAPTCHAs when using private access tokens. The CAPTCHA, which stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart, has been a necessary evil across the internet. CAPTCHAs are designed to make sure that a person is accessing a website or service and is not a bot. I find them annoying, as they often involve reading strangely written letters or having to find all the images that have a truck. With iOS 16, Apple plans to start replacing these awkward interactions with private access tokens. According to a video on Apple's website demonstrating private access tokens, websites that support the token will essentially log in and authenticate that you are indeed a human without your having to play any of the usual CAPTCHA games. Apple says in the video that the company is working with other companies to roll out support for this feature, so we can't say the CAPTCHA will be dead after iOS 16 rolls out to the public. But the concept could provide some relief if it gets adopted. Live text. Live text can now recognize text and video as well as images. Users can pause a video on any frame and interact with text using functions like copy and paste. Data detected in photos and videos is actionable with a single tap, such as the ability to track flights or shipments, translate foreign languages, convert currencies, and more. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video.